Welcome to Mexico City and Estadio Azteca for the San Francisco Sharks against the Mexico City Aztecs. You are watching the SFL on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music. Rich Pratchard, your play-by-play commentator today, sitting alongside Andy Hamilton. How you doing this afternoon, Andy?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. We've had a lot of great SFL action so far, and boy, am I looking forward to this one, Rich.
I am too. This Mexico City team has a little bit on the line here tonight as far as playoff goes.
Yeah, quite a bit, actually, with the way that the playoffs have been shaping up, and we'll try and walk you through that as best we can, but obviously with all the games still going on tonight, things will be changing throughout the evening. We'll keep you updated on the games going on, but yeah, a lot at stake for the Aztecs tonight.
Unfortunately for the Sharks, they are out of contention, but you'll see the Sharks and the Aztecs both in some different looking uniforms tonight. The Sharks are going to come out on offense to start the game.
The Mexico City orange is reminiscent of Santa Fe, and boy, am I'm loving them. The orange on orange, baby.
And San Francisco in their blood red uniforms, their alternates. And we got things started here. Manning brings that return out to the 21-yard line, and San Francisco will get things started first down and 10 from the 21.
For the San Francisco offense, it's all going to move through the quarterback, Rob Roby. How he plays will be very descriptive between how the Sharks show out today. If he can't get going, it's going to be a long day for San Francisco.
Roby's going to start out throwing the ball, drops back, throws to the right, complete.
Nice check down. He had it looked like he had Zulu in the flat, though. I would have been interested to see if they go to that play again and maybe see if Zulu has more room on the outside as well.
First pass, first play, goes for 6 yards, brings up second down and 4. Roby with an offset eye behind him. Too wide. Going to drop back to throw again. Throws to the right, complete. It's going to be just short of the first down. Completion to Burnham.
Yeah, he was under a lot of pressure, too. Got hit right as he threw it, essentially. So a really clutch throw and timing for Rob Roby there to stand in, take the hit, and still deliver a solid pass.
So third down and 1 for San Francisco. Zulu coming out of the backfield, and he's going to get sacked. Roby brought down in the backfield. That looks like Zeta for Mexico City with that sack.
Real good job by Ramos Lynn. Dial up the pressure on third and short. Force Roby either to get sacked or make a bad decision, and it was the first one. And so, therefore, they're going to get the ball off of this punt.
Almost blocked there. Punt does get away, though. Comes down just around the 35-yard line, and that's where he will get stopped. So Mexico City will take over first and 10. Let's see what they can do. We'll go over Mexico City's offense here at quarterback, Matt Wilson. K.L. Barrett, wide receiver. Ray Bentley, the halfback. Mike Daggs at tight end, and Richard Montague, the other wide receiver. Wilson with an offset eye behind him. Got a flag down. It's going to be a free play. Bentley with a short run, but this is going to be an offside penalty against San Francisco.
Yep, take the free yards where you can get them. I was interested to see that Wilson didn't check down to some type of deep play and maybe take a shot down the field with his free play, but it's early. Maybe didn't want to get too involved too quickly, and Ray Bentley is always a good option out of the backfield as well.
So that 5 yards will make it first down and 5 now for the Aztecs. Ball at their own 40-yard line. Looking to throw. Throws left. It's complete. Complete right at midfield. Looks like Montague on the reception.
quick slant there, finds Barrett on the post, and that's really kind of undefendable if you're San Francisco. You got to be able to try and fight and get them off their timing, but Matt Wilson and his receivers have been with each other for a while. They know how timing works.
Goes to Bentley out of the backfield this time. Short gain of 1. Brings up 2nd down and 9. Wilson comes up under center in San Francisco territory at the 49. Going to Bentley again, but he's stopped in the backfield. Cristiano Torres, and Chad Guy on that stop.
Yeah, and that'll be important for San Francisco is how do you control the run? If you can keep Bentley and then force Matt Wilson into throwing situations, that's how you're going to get some turnovers, which would be very important.
Drops back to throw, throws to the right, and completes. Nice catch there by Barrett, going up to pull that one down.
Yeah, put it on a rope. What a throw, too, right over the head of the defender. Barrett and Matt Wilson are really in sync. I mean, look at that. Right where only the receiver can go get it. The defenders really had no chance.
Yeah, if you throw something like that into double coverage and can complete that, you guys are in sync. You're for sure. You're right.
Yeah, well, and, you know, with Matt Wilson and Barrett, they've been together for a long time here in the league, so they definitely know where the other one's going to be.
Same formation, 2 to the right, 2 backs behind Wilson. Hands it off to Bentley, going to the left-hand side. It's going to get another yard. Brings up 2nd down. Sorry, Matt. Andy.
No, you're good. I was just saying you got to keep the defense honest. When you got Ray Bentley in the backfield, you can't abandon him despite, you know, maybe only picking up a yard or 2 each time because, you know, all it takes is one break from him and he's going to be into the open field.
One open on each side. Hands it off to Bentley again. Going to the right-hand side. He's met in the backfield. He does get back to the line of scrimmage. Bring up 3rd down and 9. Stop that time by Torres.
Yeah, Torres has Bentley's number, you know, written on his gloves or something because he keeps finding him no matter where he is on the field, and it's really stopping this Mexico City offense and forcing them into the 3rd and longs.
3rd down and 9. Looks to throw, thrown quick, across the middle, completes. It's going to be a 1st down. 1st down out to the San Francisco 21.
Richard Montague right across the middle, the most handsome receiver in the SFL. And the problem is the safety there is working on Daggs, the tight end, and he draws him deep enough to where that inside route is just, you know, one-on-one between the corner and Montague. And when Montague knows what route he's running and the cornerback is just trying to keep up with him, it's easy to convert that inside slant.
So 1st down and 10 now for Mexico City. Drops back, throws across the middle. It's complete. Complete for another 1st down to Montague.
Yeah, and if you're Mexico City, you know, now's the time to hone in on what you want to do in the playoffs. You know, make sure you get the win today, obviously, but figure some stuff out that you want to use in the playoffs because of the way that Wilson's been playing this season. He hasn't necessarily been his old self. You cannot rely on him to carry you through the playoffs anymore. You have to have impeccable game planning each week.
Going to Bentley right up the middle. He is stopped short of the goal line. Chad Guy on the tackle. Gets all the way down to the 3, though.
Yeah, it does a good job of saving the touchdown because if it weren't for him, that would have been 6 and definitely would have sparked some Mexico City excitement here at home. But now you got to see if you can get a goal line stand, and Abner St. John will be a big part of that.
Going to Bentley again, going left, has some room into the end zone. Touchdown, Aztecs. He had a highway to run through there. I don't think anybody touched him going to the end zone this time, Andy.
Yeah, and they went off tackle, too, which I was saying Abner St. John would have to be a big part of the goal line stand right up there in the front. And they just, you know, neutralized him by running off tackle and really didn't give San Francisco a chance to use their big boys like Chad Guy and Abner St. John, who are really centralized They just ran off tackle, and then it was up to the corner to push him more inside, and he couldn't do it. A great drive by Mexico City, putting points on the board in their first possession, and now it'll be up to San Francisco to match.
The extra point is good, so 4:29 left in the first quarter. Mexico City takes a 7-0 lead over San Francisco. And you talked about it, early, that they're going to want to keep going to Ray Bentley even if he's getting short yardage. It looked like San Francisco was trying to key on him and stop that run, but eventually he's going to get free.
Yeah, and that's the key to Mexico City, and having a chance to beat them is, how much can you limit Ray Bentley to?
Brings a return out of the end zone, down to the 40, across midfield. He's going to go 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Sharks. Gabriel Manning.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? I mean, come on. That's breakaway speed. When he turned the corner at the 50, there was a man who was dead set even with him. We're going to get the whole replay here. Right at the 25, 30. Look, that guy's right. He's within 5 feet of him, and he can't track him down. Breakaway speed. Look, Cole Varner, terrible pursuit angle, first of all. Not MVP pursuit angle, in my opinion. But the defenders they're right there, Rich. They're in his back pocket when he turns to the corner, and they can't catch him. An incredible weapon for San Francisco, and just like that, it's going to be a tie game if they can add this extra point.
Yeah, he has the speed. He only needed a couple blocks. A couple blocks sprung him out, and once he got that corner, once he got that edge, he was gone.
Yeah, and that's something that the Sharks, if they can, get good returns and great field position from Manning, it'll change the course of this game just like it did there.
So now, quick strike from San Francisco ties things up. 7-all here in the first quarter.
And we talked, Rich, before the game, for San Francisco being out of the playoffs, they do have an opportunity to build here, but they also have an opportunity to kind of spoil Mexico City's season. The Aztecs currently sit in the playoff spot, but are not, they currently sit in one of the final couple playoff spots. The loss from Las Vegas to Alaska just moments ago actually helps them in their playoff positioning. From my understanding. However, a loss today would bump them down in the playoffs considerably lower and definitely open the door for some of the 3 teams on the outside looking in to push their way into the playoffs. However, if Mexico City were to get a win and get to 7-4, they're pretty much pushing their way into the playoffs, and they definitely have a better situation. So, for Mexico City, the playoffs are really simple. You win and you're in a better position. It just gets real hairy if San Francisco can pull off this win.
Wilson comes out, throws to Bentley out of the backfield on that first play. Short gain, only a yard. 2nd down and 9 now. Mexico City at their own 25. Wilson's going to send 2 to the right this time. Drops back, looking to throw. Throws again to Bentley coming out of... No, that's not Bentley.
Might be the fullback.
That was the fullback, Tovar, coming out of the backfield.
Yeah, and a nice little pickup. Get the yards that you can. Move on to 3rd down. You have a Hall of Fame quarterback, Matt Wilson, there, who's able to pick up these 3rd downs. So, just give him a chance.
So 3rd down and 4. Going to throw again. Throws across the middle. It's complete. 1st down. Believe that one was Barrett on the reception.
Yeah, and if you're San Francisco, look, you're blitzing Chad Guy there, your star linebacker. You got to drop him into coverage. Drop him into a zone right in front of these slants and just take him away, because so far, you haven't shown Mexico City that you can stop these slant routes, and until you do, that's going to be their bread and butter.
So 1st down and 10 now, Mexico City. Wilson drops back, throws left. It's complete, but short of the line of scrimmage, or they're just at the line of scrimmage. No gain. That was to the fullback again, Tovar.
Yeah, Tovar couldn't quite keep the feet in bounds, and, you're asking a lot of a fullback who, is pretty much just put in there as a battering ram for Ray Bentley. Or no, is he the back?
No, he's listed as a fullback.
Sorry, they split. The formation is a far formation, so
yeah,
it confused me a little bit.
So that's handoff that time. That was to Bentley. He went to the right-hand side, but again, no gain. 3rd down and 10.
Torres coming in with another big play on Bentley. It looked like he tied his shoelaces together almost there at the end in order to bring him down. A clutch tackle from him because it sets up this 3rd and 10. Like I said, if you drop Chad Guy right there, who's the 3rd linebacker on the top-hand side, into that zone, that they're going to run the slant through, it'll be tough for them to convert.
Drops back, looking to throw. Plenty of time, but he's hit finally and sacked. Or is that going to be an incomplete? That's going to be an incomplete pass. St. John got to him before he could get rid of the ball.
Yeah, nice pursuit by Abner St. John, finally making himself known. And look what happens, Rich. You put the pressure, you stop Bentley, and you force him into a 3rd and long, and you cover that post route that they've been hitting on all day. And all of a sudden, you get a turnover. Now you're tie ball game against a very good Mexico City team, but you're getting the ball back.
That punt will come down inside the 15-yard line. He'll try and bring it out, but he's only going to get to about the 18. Manning did not get his explosive return this time.
No, one, you can't ask him to do that every time. If you can get him to have a good return, more often than not, or once or twice a game, then you'll be in good shape. But still, the 18 is not great field position. If he could have got up to the 20 or further, it would have been better. But we'll see what Roby and the offense can do.
So Roby going out of the empty backfield under pressure, rolls away from the pressure, throws across the middle, almost picked off.
Yeah, he almost got sacked and then almost threw the pick. Not the greatest down for the offense for San Francisco. Roby in a lot of trouble. But, does a great job of avoiding the sack there. Just it looked like after he did the spin move and reset his feet to throw, he could have just taken another second or two and found, a little more open of a receiver instead of trying to force something.
So for the offense for the Sharks, we haven't gone over this yet. Rob Roby at quarterback, Mickey Martino, a wide receiver, Gabriel Manning, a wide receiver, Matt Burnham is the tight end, and Ogun Zulu, the halfback. Roby drops back. He gets a lot of pressure, but he does get it away. Gets it to Manning. Gain of 8.
Yeah, it's a nice pressured throw from Roby again. Staring down that defensive line of Mexico City, delivers a solid ball to Gabriel Manning. Manning hauls it in. Manning is arguably one of the more electrifying playmakers in the Simulation Football League right now. The only issue is, he's had trouble getting the ball and not getting, just shut down.
Roby wants to throw, throws across the middle again, and it is complete. Burnham on the reception that time, and that's enough for first down.
Yeah, and Roby's doing all the things he needs to right now, avoiding the pressure, throwing the ball well, finding the open target, and just, taking what the defense gives him. And against this tough Mexico City defense, that's all you really can do. The short out routes and the middle of the field is what's going to be open.
Hands it to Zulu going off the right-hand side. He's got plenty of room across the 50, down to the 45. Stopped at the 44 by Jeffrey Daggs.
Strong run, and I think that change of pace that Zulu provides really is what gives San Francisco this, boost in these times where, they throw. You get used to dropping back in coverage, watching the receivers, and then Mexico City, all of a sudden, they hand the ball off to Zulu, and you're caught off guard a little bit that they're going to actually run the ball. So a nice change of pace from San Francisco there, and I'd like to see them, sprinkle in some more Zulu runs when they have the chance.
1st and 10, San Francisco from the Mexico City 44. Roby drops back, throws left. He's got a completion, but out of bounds. Manning could not keep his feet in to advance that. He did get 4 on it, though.
Yeah, well, and if you get 4 yards on every play, you have a first down every 3 downs. So, not a bad play by any regards. Obviously, there was a lot of room on that bottom side, so you'd like to see him turn it up and pick up the first down. But still a nice job by Manning to keep the feet in and just take what you can get with the catch.
Roby to throw. Throws to the right-hand side. Complete. Complete for a first down to Burnham. They're moving the ball efficiently.
Definitely, and it's down in distance at this point. You know, you can't beat Mexico City in one play. It's got to take time.
That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter, all tied up. San Francisco and Mexico City at 7. We'll take a break for a word from the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Roby hands it off to Zulu, but he is met in the backfield. Loss of a yard.
Yeah, and it looks like Mexico City was kind of prepared for that one, you know, or just a lucky play on defense against the right offensive play. So, you know, if you're San Francisco, don't abandon the run just because of one bad play.
Second down and 11, San Francisco back to the I formation now. Drops back, looks to throw, throws across the middle. It's complete.
Wow.
Enough for a first down into the red zone. Manning on the reception.
Great patience from Roby on the throw there, because Manning wasn't open on the original, you know, start of the route here. If you watch, that linebacker coming across bumps him a little bit, but look at that throw. Leads him right past the other linebacker, or the safety there, Jeffrey Daggs, to where Gabriel Manning finds the open space, and then they're able to convert. A really world-class throw from Rob Roby.
First and 10 from the 11. They can get a first down inside the 1-yard line. Roby drops back under a little bit of pressure, steps up, throws to the end zone, incomplete.
Run that. Look, he had a lot of room in front, and I get that he's a pocket passer and a throwing quarterback, but you had 6 yards there,
yes,
and then you could have slid, and you wouldn't have even been touched then. So, you know, pick up what you can. Don't force that double coverage throw, because that's really where you're going to pay against a Mexico City secondary that's very strong.
Yeah, he did a good job stepping up, and there was plenty of room to run.
Oh, yeah.
Looking to throw. Throws to the right this time toward the end zone, into the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Nice, and then they're going to get the veteran shark chomp going there, Tim Brown Jr. with a wonderful catch, but the even better turn-up field, because right there, that's tough on the sideline when you're right there. Sometimes, you know, you worry about getting hit from behind, but Brown Jr. does a good job of turning up field and getting into the end zone and giving San Francisco the lead.
So Razatarian Sloan comes out for the extra point. And the extra point is good, so that brings the score to San Francisco 14, Mexico City 7. Still have 9:54 left in the half. San Francisco trying to get a win for pride, I imagine.
Well, and for the rest of those teams in the SFL that are, you know, trying to get into those playoff spots. I talked to, you know, as the owner of the Legion, I talked to a lot of teams this week that were playing teams that I would have liked to see lose. And I said to a lot of them, you know, if you don't want to do it for you, you know, if you could do it for me, that would be a huge, you know, favor, because a lot of times, you know, I can only control, and the owners that are on the outside looking in, we can only control who we play. You know, the chips sometimes have to fall your way, and you don't control that. So there's a lot of pride and camaraderie between those teams on the outside looking in to try and help, you know, win every game you can, because it matters to some of these other teams.
So first down and 10, Mexico City from their own 31-yard line, and Wilson is going to be sacked. Sacked back at the 28, loss of 3.
Yeah, and they're putting Mexico City in the situations where they're going to have to throw the ball. And, you know, San Francisco's secondary is not as strong as you'd like, but they're also no joke either, Rich. They can get some plays, and I wouldn't be surprised if they keep up with putting Wilson in these situations if they get some turnovers.
Wilson drops back, throws across the middle, fumble on the play.
Oh, it's still on the ground.
Still on the ground, rolling around. Nobody's picked it up yet, but that looks like a San Francisco recovery. It is.
Yeah, and I think you got to go back. I don't think it's a catch, Rich. I think they might review this one. They were looking for Daggs, the tight end, and I don't think he ever caught this ball. Look, there's no way. There's no way that's a catch. And I guess we'll go to the shady referees here in Mexico City to see what they say. But in my opinion, Daggs did not have his hands on that one, and there's the challenge from Ramos, and rightly so.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a fumble from the beginning. It looked like a deflection. It didn't even look. So
yeah, I think it hit the defensive back's knee kind of as he was hauling it in, and we'll get a good look at it. Oh, perfect view. Yeah, it might have been the leg of the defender that actually hits the ball on the throw. But we'll take a look and hear what the ref has to say.
After review, the receiver did have possession. It is therefore ruled a fumble. The Indians will not be charged with a timeout.
Wow. They are calling it a fumble, Andy.
Nope. Sorry, they kept the.
They did say is okay.
Yeah,
I thought he said
incomplete.
All right, incomplete.
Yeah,
I thought he said it was.
Sometimes the refs' wordings aren't exactly what they mean, but the call on the field is overturned, and that's the right call.
All right, throw deep, complete.
Oh my God, who's there?
That's gonna go. Mike Daggs into the end zone. Mexico City touchdown.
Well, you go from having a intercept or a catch that's ruled a fumble that the other team recovers, all the way now to finding yourself as the only man deep in the field. I mean, look at this. There's blown coverage somewhere here because, look, there's no one in the frame. The referee's closer to him than the next closest defender. That's a terrible, whatever play that San Francisco dialed up, burn it. Burn whatever it was because it's not working.
So they went right back to Daggs after that incomplete pass.
Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't you? He's one of your better receivers. He's a threat down the field, and clearly if he's going to be that open, you might as well.
So Cole Varner puts the extra point through, and that ties it up. Still have 9:06 left in this half.
Yeah, and the first quarter went really fast. This second quarter is taking a lot longer, Rich.
A lot of balls flying through the air.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Not at all. Not at all. They'll bring this one back out of the end zone up to about the 21-yard line, and that's where they'll be stopped, and San Francisco will take over first and 10.
And they had a really good last drive is the key here, that San Francisco on their last drive did a lot of good things, so don't deviate just because it's a tie game now. Stick to your offensive game plan. Football is a very, offense versus defense and defense versus offense game. It's not as much of a team game as it's a unit game.
Roby hands it off to Zulu, but he gets stopped in the backfield. 2-yard loss.
And I think they ran out of the shotgun there, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Not excuse me. Not exactly how you want to start a run play 5 or 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So that might be another Burnham play.
Going to go empty backfield this time, 5 wide. Throws to the left, complete. Gabriel Manning gets 4. Actually gets 6 on that one, brings up 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 6.
Mexico City is struggling to defend Gabriel Manning, and I think maybe if you're Rob Roby, consider giving him a few more shots than you normally would, just because of Mexico City's inability to kind of defend him. You should give your receiver the chance to make some plays.
Looking to throw, throws it again to Manning. Intercepted. Back to the 20. Down to the 10-yard line. That was Fran Ogawa on the interception.
Yeah, and it looks like Roby was looking for Brown Jr., and as a role player, you know, he's not used to doing that. Jack Brown gets in there, does a good job of tying him up as the ball hits his hands. A very, you know, veteran play, and Fran Ogawa is the beneficiary for Mexico City. You know, one of those plays where if you throw it on the inside, you got to be prepared for the first receiver to miss it and figure out what's going to happen from there.
So Wilson comes out in the red zone at the 10-yard line. He's going to hand it off to Bentley, going off the right-hand side, breaks a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Mexico City.
Oh, and Ray Bentley has some dance moves. You like to see that. He's getting ready for a wedding, so I sure hope he's getting some dance lessons because that sucked. The touchdown one was great, but the little shimmy at the end could use some work, Ray. No, it's a great run. I don't know what 73's doing out in front of him, blocking the ghosts of Ray Bentley's pass. But, yeah, it's a nice touchdown run from San Francisco. Way to convert turnovers into points. You got to do that if you want to win games here in the SFL.
So interception and then a quick strike, one play from the 10-yard line. Ray Bentley takes it into the end zone, and Mexico City regains the lead. With that extra point, it's now 21-14 with 8:08 left. We'll take a break and hear another word from the SFL.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
All right, Manning brings that return out to the 24, and San Francisco will take over 1st and 10.
And it might be time for some Zulu. You know, you're only down by 7. It feels like a lot more because you had the lead and gave it up, but maybe time to run the ball a little bit.
We're going to throw it out to Manning again. He makes a spin, trying to get out to the first down sticks, but couldn't get there.
No, that
Gain of
works
9.
too.
Oh, yeah.
It was a nice turn-up field, too. You know, essentially a run play, not a dangerous throw at all, considering that, you know, you put the ball where only Manning can go get it. So you know, a really safe throw on first down. Sets them up for a really, you know, manageable second down, but you could also take a shot down the field if you want.
High formation on second down, 2nd and 1. Drop back, throws to the right. It's complete again to Manning. Tries to make another spin move, but he's caught up there that time. Tackle made by Jack Brown. But that's enough for a first down.
And another safe throw there because, you know, if that's dropped or incomplete, you still go back on 3rd down and you only need 1 yard. So, you know, really, Rich, they're making some safe plays here. They're protecting Roby from, you know, possibly throwing another interception like that. I like the play calling change.
This time he's going to go downfield. Intercepted again. Down to the 42-yard line. That time it was Zamora, Pablo Zamora on the interception.
Yeah, like I was saying, Rich, I really hate the play calling change with the way that they were being protective. I'm just kidding. He tries to force it in to burn him down the field, and I think that's part of the problem is that he's not checking down when he probably should. Zulu again was open kind of in the flat. You know, he might only pick up 3 or 4. It's not the big home run play that you want to beat Mexico City as a signature play, but you gotta make those throws in order to give yourself a chance in this game.
So Roby gets to start off in positive territory again, but this time he is sacked. Brought down by Abner St. John.
Yeah, that's a big boy barreling down on you, Rich. It looked like San Francisco brought the house, and I don't know if they chummed the waters here in Mexico City or what, but the Sharks were on attack mode.
Loss of 7, 2nd down and 17 now. Wilson drops back under pressure again, and he's going to be brought down. San Francisco has decided to throw the house at him.
Yeah, and I don't know if the offensive line went out for tacos or what, but they are a little slow here, and it might be some of the fatigue. You know, the offense has really, only had a 2 or 3 play break on the last 3 drives because of the way their defense has been playing. So for Mexico City, maybe some fatigue here, but 3rd and a mile, Rich, what do you dial up here?
I'm not sure if you got to throw the ball, but he's been under so much pressure, and he does throw it, and it's complete.
He's 2 yards short. He was so close.
Barrett just didn't quite get there, but 4th and 3 now. But they're still in that. They're in that positive territory. They're in that kind of no man's land.
And the interesting thing here, Rich, is that I think that throw might have put them back in field goal range. Cole Varner is fighting for an SFL MVP bid. This would be a 51-yarder if he can knock it in from here. I believe he's perfect on the season.
He is perfect on the season, 26 for 26. And this one's from dead center, middle of the field, from 51. And it is through and good.
Well, hey, I make fun of him for having a poor pursuit angle, and but as a kicker, that's not what wins you the MVP. It's hitting clutch kicks from 51 yards out to give your team a 2-possession lead at home against a San Francisco team that for a lot of the SFL, they're a trap team. They're a lot better than their record shows at 2-8. And I know that from experience of playing them, Rich. So, there's a lot of game left here, but that was a big kick.
Manning's going to bring that one out and go to the left-hand side. Tried to get free, but he gets out to about the 26 before he stopped. 1st down and 10, San Francisco.
And those short throws that they were kind of doing to give, Rob Roby some confidence again, just keep doing those, man. The checkdowns, the 5-yard throws, that's what's going to win you this ball game, not a big play down the field. So just keep it calm, throw what's available, don't pressure anything.
Offset eye behind Roby. Drops back to throw. On plenty of time in the pocket, throws to the left into double coverage. Trying to get Burnham. Incomplete.
Yeah, I'm just over here sipping my tea, Rich, sipping my tea.
Well, that time, Burnham was covered. He was blanketed in coverage.
Man, he looked like a little baby. He was swaddled in coverage.
Yes,
Rich.
he was. 2 backs in the shotgun next to Roby. 3 wide. There's a snap, drops back, throws across the middle, incomplete.
Oh.
In and out of the hands of Brown Jr., Tim Brown Jr.
Well, and that's the issue that you run, with not having 3-star receivers or, you're not having that 3rd guy who's as reliable. He can't catch everything, Rich. He had the touchdown earlier, but he can't catch everything.
Well, it's that tape on his fingers. That's what it is.
Yeah, the tape's facing the wrong way.
It is. Empty backfield, drops back. Looking to throw, plenty of time. Throws down across the middle. It's complete. Oh. Complete to Martino. That's the first time we've called his name tonight. Mickey Martino.
Yeah, the mouse himself was able to haul it in down the field. Wow. I mean, look at that space. Good timing, from Martino to get the separation from Ogawa. And give Roby a chance to throw that ball. On 3rd and long there, it wasn't, the worst shot down the field. It was more like a punt.
So 1st down and 10 now from the Mexico City 43. Offset eye. Looking to throw. Throws to the right. Completes. Gain of 5 for Martino.
Yeah, and right over the head of Ogawa. See, that's the thing. When you're thrown into coverage on those shorter routes, you can drop it in over their head. When they're throwing deep, they get double and triple coverage, and that's spelled bad news for San Francisco. You got to keep it safe here.
2nd and 5 in the I formation. Roby looking to throw again, steps up, throws down across the middle, intercepted. Intercepted. That was That was Jeffrey Daggs on the reception.
Yeah, it's like talking to girls, Rich. If you're trying to force them to talk to you or force them to be interested in you, it's going to go bad, and they're going to take it away from you. But if you're nice and calm and you throw the short ball, you're going to eventually find your way into the end zone.
You know, I was going to make comment before that play that they seem to have gone completely away from the run game. They haven't given Zulu the ball but a couple times tonight.
Yeah, well, but he's ran good when they do give him the ball, and
You're
that's
right.
the issue, is that, you know, he's not having the chances to run when he needs to.
Wilson throws to the left. It's complete. KL Barrett on the reception, and he got just enough for the first down.
And that's an 8-yard out route where it's one-on-one, you know, corner versus receiver. Gabriel Manning is better than these two receivers in San Francisco, Mexico City. Sorry, the uniforms. I was trying to say Santa Fe. Manning is better than these two receivers. The issue is the type of routes they're having him run, put him in double coverage.
Wilson drops back to throw again, throws it to the left, incomplete. Throws it into triple coverage.
Yeah, same thing. If you're looking deep down the middle, there's going to be too many guys there for any receiver. You know, you just got to give him a chance on the outside corners, Rich, and that's really the issue for San Francisco's offense is they've tried to force Manning and Martino down the field, and it's a bad look for Rob Roby. But if they can throw to the outside like Matt Wilson and the San Francisco team does, they have all the weapons to compete.
Wilson's going to give it to Bentley. This time off the right-hand side, has some room. He's going to get 9 on that run out to the 48-yard line.
9 yards there, still 0 dance moves, Rich. I'm keeping track over here.
Somebody needs to buy him a gift card for lessons or something.
I don't know if that's on his registry. We'll have to talk to him.
Okay. 3 wide, 2 in the backfield behind Wilson. Looking to throw, throws it across the middle again, incomplete. Hoffman knocked that one down.
That was really good coverage from Hoffman. I was about to say if he had another step or two, he might have been able to pick that off. But a great job of getting the hand to it either way and preventing the catch.
So that'll bring up 4th down and a yard for Mexico City, and they're going to kick it away.
Yeah, smart move here. You know, you're kind of in no man's land, but you're not really in a position that you need to go for it. So, and with the way your defense has been playing with the interceptions, who's to say you don't get the ball back in another 20 seconds anyways?
Punt comes down at the 15, returned up to the 22. And San Francisco will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And for all the turnovers that San Francisco's had, they've actually done a really good job on defense of preventing those turning into too many points. You know, you're still only down by 10, so you're still in this ball game. You know, you just got to be smart with it, especially on this possession here. If you can get points before the half, that would be great.
Looking to throw, under pressure, sacked. Roby is brought down again.
Well, I just have one question for you, Rich. Do you prefer paper or plastic? Because they put him in a bag there, and down he goes.
He only took maybe a 2-step drop, and that was a long developing pass play.
Yeah, it looks to me like they were trying to get the ball out quick, and the coverage from Mexico City was really good, and Roby had no chance but to eat that sack.
Roby goes to the shotgun this time. Looking to throw. Pump fakes, and he's going to get brought down again. Zamora gets to him again. I think it was Zamora. No, it was not.
Zeta.
And
I don't know if that was just a pump fake to pump fake, or if he actually, double clutched on a receiver. But if that was the case, he should have thrown it because he got swallowed, and now it's 3rd and a mile.
3rd and 20. Rolls to the left a little bit, throws it down across the middle with a crossing route to Brown, but that's only going to get him a few yards.
Well, and in that scenario, Rich, I don't think any of us expected him to make up all 20 yards. That might have been the best move for San Francisco as a team.
So that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Mexico City 24, San Francisco 14. And San Francisco is going to have to punt this one away. comes down at the 42. He's going to bring it out to about the 46.
Rich, have we gone over why the two teams are wearing these different uniforms?
Oh, I think we did early. I was just going to bring that up. Go ahead and go over that.
Yeah, so San Francisco is wearing their alternates. They're called blood red, blood in the water for the Sharks. And for Mexico City, they're wearing their Santa Fe Gorilla throwbacks. The Santa Fe Gorillas were the team that now turned into the Mexico City Aztecs. And Santa Fe was a great team for a lot of years, had some of the stars like Matt Wilson, Juan Bosco, some great names on those old Santa Fe Gorilla teams, and really great reminiscent. I know the fans here in Mexico absolutely love seeing the big gorilla head, their mascot, on the middle of the field. Was also right around the era where Harambe was shot. So we don't know if that is the inspiration behind the gorilla, but there's some winks and some nudges.
First play goes to Bentley out of the backfield. He gained 4 on that one. 2nd down and 6 now. Wilson hands it to Bentley again, but he's going to get stopped in the backfield. Abner St. John.
Wow, Abner turned into a woman there for a minute.
Sorry, he did, yes.
That's one big lady bearing down on you there, Rich.
3rd down and 8 now for Mexico City. Wilson dropping back, throws left. Intercepted right to midfield. I believe that was Torres on the, yes it was, Torres on the interception.
Well, and I tell you what, Rich, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that Matt Wilson did nothing wrong there. Here's the issue. San Francisco brought a blitz, and for most times, bringing a blitz, they brought the house. And essentially for Wilson, he's thinking, okay, someone is, everyone is essentially one-on-one if they're bringing a blitz. And if everyone's one-on-one, I'm going to chuck it. And so I don't blame him for chucking that. It was a little underthrown. Dags could have came back and got it, but I don't blame Wilson for throwing into a blitz like that.
So time Roby's going deep over the right-hand side, and that one's knocked down.
It was a safer throw, though. It was one-on-one, Ogawa on the outside. And at the end of the day, it was a little underthrown, but it's a lot safer than a post or something of that nature where Martino is also going to hit that safety in the middle.
So 2nd down and 10 now for San Francisco. Ball at midfield. 1:10 left in the half. With a single back, Zulu to his right. Looks to the right, throws right, completes. Martino keeps his feet in bounds, gain of 3, 3rd and 7.
Not a bad throw, considering the situation you're in. On 4th and 10, if you can make that 3rd down a little bit more manageable in any way, shape, or form. Because, Rich, how many 11-yard plays do you have in your playbook? Maybe 5 or 6. How many, 6 or 7-yard plays do you have in your playbook? Probably 8 or 9. So, it makes it a little bit easier to convert this if you have a little bit more room.
3rd and 7, empty backfield, trips to the left. Throws left, throws across the middle. Actually, it's complete, but it's going to be short of a 1st down. San Francisco is going to take their first time out.
And I think you go for this, Rich. With 1:03 left, from here it would be a 58-yarder, so you're well out of field goal range, even with the star kicker. 2 yards is not that much. Hand it to Zulu. When have we seen him run the ball in this quarter? I think he can pick up those 2 yards, especially off that left-hand side.
He's going to throw it again. Drops back. Throws to the right. Incomplete.
Oh.
Trying to get it to Zulu, but he just couldn't hold on to it.
Oh, and he waited too long. Dags was bearing down on him. And if Roby would have thrown that like a second earlier, like right now, if he throws it right now, Zulu has a chance to beat Dags in the hole. But the issue is Dags is coming with such a ferocious quickness up to the line that, those two just collided, and it really didn't give Zulu much of a chance.
So that is a turnover on downs. Mexico City takes over. Wilson with 2 backs in the backfield behind him, 2 receivers to the left, drops back, pump fakes, and he is brought down in the backfield. That was Abner St. John. We miscalled him a couple times this game, but that was him. Drops back again, throws across the middle, he completes.
And might be handoff to Bentley time for the issue that, you know, with 43 seconds left, 3rd and 16 is pretty long here, Rich. You're not really, you know, thinking about picking up the first down. And you don't want to give San Francisco too much time on the clock without making them pay with a timeout. So maybe just a handoff up the middle, get a few yards, make the clock tick a little bit, and make San Francisco use that second timeout. That way, they don't have more time to go down the field.
So Bentley behind him, and he's going to throw it. Drops back, throws across the middle, long throw, complete. Mike Daggs on the reception, and Mexico City takes a timeout.
Well, what do I know, Rich? You know, this is why we're up here in the booth, and Ramos Lynn is down there on the field along with Matt Wilson making these calls. Look, a beautiful spiral, too, which is something, no offense to Matt, but, you know, we haven't seen a lot from him this year. We've seen a lot of wobblers, a lot of ducks. That was a really pretty ball to Mike Daggs. Those two certainly are building a connection that, you know, if they can heat up around the playoff time, that romance is going to flourish come, you know, playoff football.
Matt Wilson looking to throw, throws to the right to Bentley out of the backfield. He's going to only get a yard on that, but he does get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Yeah, hey, I'll take a yard if you're going to give it to me for free.
Yeah.
In other SFL games around the league, St. Louis at 2-9 is currently sitting on top of Chicago 7-0. That's interesting considering how many upsets we've seen today, Rich.
Yeah, there were a couple. I mean, there was Alaska was in danger of losing.
And Tallahassee did lose for the first time in like years.
Throws complete into the end zone. Touchdown, Mexico City. Barrett beat his defender and gets into the end zone.
And bows to the fans here in Mexico City as we look at the beautiful Estadio Azteca. Just a well-run route here. He just, you know, heads deep, and the defender doesn't run with him. The safety doesn't shade over. That's just speed, man. You can't catch speed. So, you know, while Ramos Lynn might have, you know, just wanted to get out of the half without anything crazy happening, instead they get some points on the board here and push this lead. You know, it's getting real interesting if San Francisco, you know, doesn't start coming back here.
So 29 seconds left on the clock. San Francisco has 2 timeouts left. The extra point. Excuse me. Extra point is good. So Mexico City has, San Francisco is going to have about 25 seconds, I would guess, and 2 timeouts to try and move the ball. Or are they just going to take it in at the half there, Andy?
I think you take it in at the half. With the way you've been playing and the interceptions you've been throwing, I think the last thing you want to do is throw another one here before the break.
Flag comes in on the return. He gets the return out to about the 25. Well, let's see what the flag is. Yeah, it's going to be holding on the return.
And that's not what you want there. It backs you up even further here, Rich. Definitely not a time to take a shot now. Definitely hand the ball off to Zulu. Get out of the half and you know, regroup in the locker room and see if you can spark some type of comeback.
Well, we're empty backfield.
Well, forget what I said. Let's throw it.
Yeah. Drops back, throws left, deep, complete, and he is going. It's a foot race to the 40, 30, 20. He's still going. Can he get in the end zone? No, he is stopped just short, and a timeout. Gabriel Manning. Zamora finally brings him down, but
yeah, like I said, Rich, you know, backed up against your own end zone, you know, spread them out and throw it deep. Why not, right? That's an incredible play by Gabriel Manning, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, statistically, Rich, on paper, he is the best receiver in the SFL. Give him the ball and let him make plays, and that's what they did there. They gave him a one-on-one outside pass. He caught it and then went straight down the field. So a great play by San Francisco, but oh no,
they're gonna kick it.
They bobbled it. They bottled this. That's unbelievable. You have to at least give Zulu one carry up the middle. You got a full timeout.
Yeah, you've got 12 seconds and a timeout. Well, the field goal is up and good. So that'll bring it to 31-17. But there's still 9 seconds left on the clock. That's a whole play at least.
You left 4 points off the board. Like, if you can't score from 2 yards out with 12 seconds and 1 timeout, or you can't even, worst comes to worst, you lose a couple yards and you kick it from 20 instead of 18. Why in the world? That's one of the more questionable calls I've seen.
Mexico City's going to bring that one out. Breaks a few tackles there. Jeffrey Daggs on the return, gets it out to the 26. First down and 10, Mexico City.
Well, and like we said, Rich,
I would ask your opinion on what they're going to do, but you've been wrong both last time, so I won't.
Nope. Forget it. This time, spread them out, throw the ball deep. Let's see what we got here. You got 2 timeouts if you're Mexico City, and you got a running back who you might want to give the ball to on the one.
So he is going to throw it. Plenty of time. Throws it right. It's complete. Mike Daggs on the completion, but that'll bring us to the end of the first half. Mexico City 31, San Francisco 17. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Andy. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say 488 passing yards at the halftime break between these 2 guys. That's unheard of.
Yeah, I wanted to see San Francisco's rushing yards. They've got 20. And I guess Mexico City's only got 26. I think they've handed the ball to Bentley a lot more than that. But
yeah, it's a lot of carries, not a lot of yards.
Right.
And the difference really is Bentley's found the end zone twice because they'll give him the ball on the goal line. Zulu could have put 4 more points on the board for San Francisco. I don't think I'm going to get over that for a while, Rich.
Yeah, that was a very strange play call there. I saw some strange play calls this weekend, but that one kind of takes the cake.
Well, if you're San Francisco, regroup, recognize that you have a play or 2 that'll still work, and you're only down a couple scores now. So, there's still a lot of game left. We saw Alaska come back earlier today against Las Vegas in a heartbreaker for the Fury. So, it's not over by any regards. You just got to get on your high horse and make it happen.
So it is halftime here. We will be right back with the kickoff of the second half. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music. All right, getting ready for this second half kickoff here in Mexico City. Mexico City 31, San Francisco 17. I thought maybe they went for the touchdown instead of the field goal, sorry.
Yeah, they could have been at 21. They decided at the end of the break, if you're just tuning in, to kick a field goal with 9 seconds left from the 2 instead of attempting a run play. They did have one timeout still in the back pocket that they burned, heading into the half. So, a lot left on the table for San Francisco, and they're going to need a stop here out of the break if they want to start the comeback.
So Jeffrey Daggs brings that return back out to the 27-yard line. That's where they'll start off 1st and 10. If you're just joining us, Rich Pratchard here on Play-by-Play. Andy Hamilton sitting next to me as my color commentator this week. You never know who I'm going to be doing a game with.
Well, you never know how many games in one day I'm going to do.
That's right.
Here we go.
Offset eye behind Wilson. He drops back to throw, throws to the left, and I believe that one's going to be incomplete. Couldn't get his feet in. Intended for Barrett.
My frequent flyer miles are racking up, Rich, with all the places they're sending me in a one-day rotation.
Well, you got to have a private pilot for something like that.
I do. Yeah. His name is Andrew Rastelli, and he flies me all over the place.
All right, 2 wide this time for Wilson, 2 in the backfield. 2nd down and 10. Under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. I think that's Crowell again.
It looked like he tried to move up in the pocket and moved right up into a blitzing Crowell, and that's not great if you're Matt Wilson, considering the first half that you had sack-wise. You were looking forward to a little bit easier of a second half, and I'm here to tell you, Matt, it's not going to happen, buddy.
2 wide left this time for Wilson, 2 in the backfield behind him, drops back to throw. Throws over the middle, tipped, incomplete. Oh. Almost could have been intercepted there if Torres could have got down to it.
Yeah, after the tip off the defender's hands, it looked like Torres was almost able to, maybe redirect himself and corral that one, and that would have been a huge break for the Sharks. But still, a 4th down stop. You're the first possession on defense, you get out of it. Now convert this into points. If you can do that, you'll be good.
Mexico City forced to punt here on 4th down. Come down at the 38. They'll bring it out to about the 45, and San Francisco start off 1st down and 10 there. Not bad field position to start that drive, or this drive.
No, Manning could have fair caught that, and they would have been in, I think, the best position of the night for their offense. But he still got 4 yards out of the return. So from the 45, you're looking at, if you get 20, 25 yards on this drive here, Rich, you'll be in field goal range. And we know how much San Francisco likes kicking field goals.
Drops back to throw, throws over the middle, incomplete.
That was interference. That's textbook interference. They kept Burnham from running the route as deep as he wanted. And I think Roby might have been trying to throw the ball to that area to show the referees, look, he's supposed to be running this, and he's being held. No call, and now, San Francisco has to face 2nd and 10. And when you're on the road, you might not get some of those calls that you would get at home.
I formation behind Roby. 2 to the right. Going to hand it off to Zulu this time. Zulu is stopped a yard deep in the backfield. Nick Daggs has some moves.
Yeah, he's trying to recreate what Bentley was doing earlier, and Bentley might have been better than Daggs on that one, but alas, it'll be 3rd and 11, and now it's time for Roby to make a play.
So 3rd down and 11. Roby with 2 wide right, 1 wide left, drops back, looks to throw, throws across the middle, incomplete. Almost just in and out of the hands of Martino.
And you got to make that catch, young fella. I know it's tough. I know it's not the best throw. It's a little bit out in front of you, but you got to make that catch in this situation. You need all the yards you can get when you're trying to inspire a comeback, and dropping that football does not bode well for you.
So with the decent field position they started this drive, they moved nowhere, actually went backwards a yard, and are forced to punt. Mexico City forces the 3 and out. Dags with a nice move to break a couple tackles, still moving across the 30 to the 40, and he's going to the 50, 40. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. 20, 10, Dags into the end zone. Touchdown, Mexico City.
Nice return, young fella. And that, you know, twist the knife, baby. It's getting rough here in Mexico City. I wanted to say Santa Fe again. It's getting tough here in Mexico City, and for the home fans, they're loving it. A nice point show. And if you're San Francisco on the road, this has got to be one of the more frustrating games you've been a part of.
So I thought Jeffrey Dags was going to be brought down immediately after he caught that ball, but he was able to break 2 or 3 tackles before he broke free.
Yeah, nice job by him. And sometimes when you're a returner, if you just get that momentum going, you know, you can break anything. We saw it a little bit from Manning earlier. You know, he got that speed running downhill. Same thing on the other end for Dags here.
So Cole Varner out for the extra point. And it is up and good. So 9:20 left in the third quarter. Mexico City 38, San Francisco 17. Mexico City has decided they're not willing to play around with this playoff spot. They're just going to take care of this game. And
well, and you know, Rich, I think the ironic thing about it is 21 points is not insurmountable. I mean, it's tough, and San Francisco's offense has struggled tonight, but it's not over. Like, there's 9 minutes to go here in the third. With Rob Roby and Gabriel Manning, as we saw before the end of the half, you know, they have those big plays in their playbook. The question just is, can they dial them up when they need them? Can they dial up 3 of them by the end of this game? And I'm here to tell you, they can't. The question is, will they be able to make the catches? Like Martino on that last drive, he makes that catch, and, you know, they're down by, you know, 2 possessions with the ball across midfield.
So they go to Zulu this time. Gains 3 yards, 2nd down and 7. It's a little late in the game, I think, to be now moving to the run game, although you do have to open up that passing game, but you would have thought it would have went to this just a little earlier in the game. Back in the shotgun, Roby. 2 to the right. Going to go to Zulu again out of the shotgun. No gain. Dropped at the line of scrimmage by Jack Brown. Bring up 3rd down and 7 now.
Yeah, Brown, a good linebacker in this league. Really the only guy in Mexico City's front 7 who's a star. So for him, you know, he has a lot of hats that he has to kind of hold them down with. So we'll have to see.
And that's a sack. Roby brought down by Crowell again. Sorry, no, that was Lopez. Seeing that 98, seeing the same number.
Yeah, it's hard when there's so many sacks. I don't know who was supposed to block him, but I tell you what, Rich, they did not do it.
No, he wasn't touched. He came through clean. And Chris Kicks is out to punt it away again. Standing at his own 6-yard line. Nick Dags picks that one up at the 36. Gets it out to the 41. And Mexico City will start 1st and 10 at the 41.
Yeah, and 21 points up. If you can add even a field goal here, this is tough sledding for San Francisco. I think Alaska just set the comeback record. Before that, it was 21 points was the biggest comeback. I think now it's 24. So unless San Francisco can hold them here, they would have to set a record.
So throw across the middle is complete. That's enough for a 1st down. Barrett pulls that one in.
Yeah, nice job by K.O. Barrett. You know, it's another inside slant, Rich. You gain that inside momentum, get your shoulders in front of the defender, and then they have an issue defending that, San Francisco does. So, you know, you're pretty good from there if you can just continue to make those plays.
So 2 wide left, 2 backs in the backfield. Going to go to Bentley this time, but he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Yep, and the defense is standing up a little bit here. Like I said, this is the do-or-die drive for both teams. 21 points is not insurmountable. 24, on the other hand, is a little bit tougher.
Incomplete.
Nice. That was just what we wanted. Hoffman, cut in front of that slant route, and he just showed Matt Wilson and this Mexico City offense, you can't do that. You can't keep throwing those plays. I can stop it. And until, they proved that they could do that, Mexico City was just going to keep running that play.
One wide on each side. Two backs behind Wilson. Drops back, looking to throw. Got a blitz coming at him. Throws it deep. Incomplete.
And he just went for the deepest route, it looked like. And Maddox was in coverage. If it got picked, it was essentially a punt. But he avoided the sack, which is good because, now they can play field position with a good punt here.
So now Alex Lopez standing out here to punt on his own 39-yard line. That'll hit inside the 10-yard line and die. Nice punt. That'll pin San Francisco back inside their own 10 at their own 9-yard line. First down and 10.
Yep, and it's Roby time. You're down by 21. Time to air it out. Find Gabriel Manning. Sprinkle in some Zulu when you can because, there's a lot of time left in this game. There's no need to abandon him. But you got to get some key passes in here too, Rich.
Hands it off to Zulu. Going off the left-hand side. Has some room. It's going to be gain of 4. Stopped by Nick Daggs. Or Jeffrey Daggs.
Yeah, and Jeffrey Daggs is having a night. Got the interception, the kick return for a touchdown. That young fella is doing work and proving that he is worth every penny to these Mexico City Aztecs.
So second down and 6 in the shotgun. Drops back in under pressure, and he is sacked. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Alan Romero on the stop. A sack fest for both teams tonight.
Yeah, it looks almost like a coverage sack there from the standpoint that, they just didn't have anywhere to throw that football.
Yeah, he had enough time to get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
Eventually that's right. Eventually somebody's going to get in there, though. Hands it off to Zulu, going off the left-hand side. Has some room again. He's going to get up to the 12. That'll bring up 4th down and 7. Just gives their punter a little bit more room is all.
Yeah, and I don't know if I agree with the call. Look, if you're going to punt it away, who cares if you got 5 or 6 more yards on that? If you're not going to pick up the first down and try and get back into this ball game, you're wasting the time of the fans, and that's, not the best call here in this situation.
Punt comes down at about the 48. Jeffrey Daggs brings it up to the San Francisco 48. So Mexico City will start off in positive territory at the Mexico City 48. Or sorry, Mexico City will start off at the San Francisco 48. I'll get them straight.
Yeah, it's the Santa Fe uniforms that are throwing me off because then I think SF and I think Santa Fe, and then it flips me around. So bear with us, folks. We're trying to get through these. Santa Fe are great throwback uniforms. It's just very an interesting week to have had them used.
Nice throw and catch to Barrett. Just enough for a first down.
And Hunter Canada in the chat wants to know if people are playing the game or if computers are playing. Well, the answer, Hunter, is both. The real people actually create the plays and decide which ones go in the playbook. But the computers actually sim the games. It's a really good league. You can head over to simulationfl.net if you want to learn more. And join our Discord if you want to become a player, coach, or owner. It's a lot of fun. We all have a blast with it.
That pass was intended for Mike Daggs. Falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
And San Francisco still needs the stop, Rich. Your offense might not be playing well, but, you know, you got to keep giving them the opportunities to get back into this game. Otherwise, you know, you're not going to get back into this game.
2 wide left, 1 wide right this time for Wilson. Drops back to throw. In the pocket. Plenty of time. Throws left. Complete. Going to get out there. Bentley makes a move and gets the 1st down. Out to the 24-yard line.
Well, and there's the difference is that, you know, between Zulu and Bentley is, you know, fighting for those extra yards, making moves that get him into the open field, and Wilson's giving him a chance by checking down to him.
So 4:20 left in this 3rd quarter. 1st down and 10, Mexico City. Offset eye. Drops back, tried to make a quick throw, but didn't have time, and he is sacked.
And we've seen that a couple times tonight, Rich, on both sides, for both teams. I don't know what the offensive line is doing on those plays, but you got to get a man-to-a-man at very least. If San Francisco's bringing 4, you know, you should have that well blocked. If they're bringing 5, you still can go one-on-one, and rarely do SFL teams bring more than 6.
Drops back, has a little bit of a pocket, but he didn't get sacked that time. Incomplete pass, but St. John got to him.
And they're struggling to defend this this pass rush. But like I said, Rich, you know, at the 26, this is a convertible field goal range. Just, you know, hold them to that. Don't give them any more points, and see if you can get a touchdown on your next drive. If you can exchange touchdown for field goals, you're going to start getting back into this game eventually.
San Francisco still bringing pressure, and that one's knocked down. Nice play. Dean Maddox knocked that one down.
Yeah, Maddox has had a pretty solid game on the outside. Hasn't been burned too many times, and has made a couple bat downs like that are important.
So in San Francisco tried to bring the pressure again, but Wilson was able to get it off that time. So that will bring up a 4th down.
Field goal time.
I expect to see a field goal kicker in here, Varner. This will
When
be a 43-yard field goal.
Yeah, he hit earlier from 50+, so this should be a walk in the park if you're a MVP candidate, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, again, he's perfect on the season so far, field goals. And that one is up and through.
Well, that's the interesting thing about it, Rich, is for him to be, you know, in the MVP conversation is so interesting that, you know, every time he's on the field, he's under the microscope for the people voting. You know, it's a little different for a quarterback or a running back because, you know, they can have off days. They can have a couple plays where they only pick up 2 or 3 yards or, you know, you wouldn't expect a quarterback not to have an interception. But if Cole Varner missed an extra point, he almost would fall out of the conversation completely.
Right. All right, so we've got another breakaway return. Out to the 40 across midfield. Manning still going to the 20, to the 10, and he's going to score into the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. That's his 2nd kick return touchdown of the day.
Yeah, and you know what's better than 1, Rich? 2.
2.
Yeah, if you can return those kicks, and like I said, exchange field goals for touchdowns, and if you're doing it this quick, you're going to get back into the game eventually. That's a 4-point swing in San Francisco's direction, you know, between those last couple moments of the game. So they're trying to get back into this game. The question is A, is there enough time, and B, do they have the firepower to get it done? And like I said, if you just keep giving Gabriel Manning these chances, he's going to pay dividends for you eventually, and he did so there.
So San Francisco's kicker, Sloan, comes out for the extra point. And that one is good. So now we're at 3:13 left in the 3rd quarter. And San Francisco cuts that lead 41-24. They can get their offensive attack going. like to see him climb back into this game, at least make it a contest here at the end.
Yeah, like I said, you know, there's time. These teams are trying to get back into this game. The only question is, can San Francisco's defense keep Mexico City from slamming the door?
Oh. Big hit on Jeffrey Daggs.
Hey, popped him.
He gets the ball out to the 30-yard line, first down and 10. So Wilson with two backs behind him in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Bentley, going to the left-hand side. Has a huge hole across midfield out to about the 49-yard line. Chad Guy on the tackle, but that'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and you know, you don't want to get in front of Bentley when he's running downhill. Just a big enough hole that he can get through there, and luckily for San Francisco, they were able to close and track him down before he got too far down the field.
So Mexico City in San Francisco territory at the 49, first down and 10. Going to go to Bentley again off the right-hand side, but he's going to get stopped. Eric Stops makes the stop. 1 yard
Chris
deep in the
Hicks,
backfield.
Eric Stops. Earlier I had the game with Houston. They got Chad Tackle. Very direct names.
Second down and 11 now for the Aztecs. Hands it off to Bentley again, trying to go off the left-hand side, and he's not going to make it. It's going to be a loss of 2 to the 48.
And that's good for San Francisco. Keep pushing them back. And now that you're in 3rd and long, just don't keep them from getting the first down. You know, they really are kind of out of field goal range, even if they pick up 12 of these 13. So just don't give them the first down and then see what your offense can do. And that's pretty much your game plan for the rest of the game.
Wilson drops back to throw, throws to the right, incomplete. Nice play again out there by Dean Maddox.
Yeah, and Maddox is getting those stops on the outside. And for Matt Wilson, all you can do is keep trying, you know, in those situations. But Maddox so far doing a really good job of making those plays. And when that happens, it forces Mexico City into situations where they have to kick it away.
So the punter, Alex Lopez, standing back at his own 32-yard line. And he kicks it away. Come down inside the 15-yard line. A couple spin moves by Manning. Manning's going to get out all across the 20 to the 24. He broke those
first couple, Rich, and I said no. There's no way that guy's going for 3 return touchdowns in one game. No way.
Trying to make the Pro Bowl in one game.
Look, if there is ever a way to do it, those 3 returns in one game, sure, he's got my vote.
I formation behind Roby. Looks to throw, throws to Zulu coming out of the backfield. He's going to get stopped after a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and it might be starting to start going down the field. You know, you're going to be down to 11 minutes here relatively quickly, and you're down by 17, which is not insurmountable, but it's one of those deficits where you can't lollygag around. You have to start scoring.
Hands it off to Zulu again, cuts it back, and he's going to gain a couple more.
And again, you're running from the shotgun, which that time worked out a little bit to your benefit, but, I mean, Rich, he only picked up 2 or 3. Like, he ran 7 yards to pick up those 2. Just easier running from a normal formation where, you know, you're under center.
Single back this time, Zulu behind Roby. Drops back, throws right, has his man, incomplete. Incomplete. Martino went up for it, but could not haul it in.
And that was the difference right there. If he would have made that catch, it would have inspired San Francisco a little bit, and they would have been able to push down the field a little bit more. Unfortunately, you know, he can't haul it in, and it's a tough catch. You know, I'll give him that. It's a very tough catch. but it's the difference, you know, in a game like this. Those catches are catches that big professionals make, and the catches that those who struggle don't.
So that punt will come down at the 20-30-yard line. And Mexico City will start off there, 1st and 10.
And if you're San Francisco, you know, I keep harping on it, but you're just looking for stops on the defensive side of the ball. It's really all you can do in this situation.
19 seconds left in the third quarter. Wilson under center. Hands it off to Bentley, going off the right-hand side. He is stopped after a short gain by Barry Barkley.
Yeah, and if you're Mexico City, you know, running the ball with Bentley is so far the best move. You know, keep this clock moving and try and get out of here without having to run 60 more plays.
That will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Score Aztecs 41, Sharks 24. We'll pause for a word from the SFL.
Want to do what I do? Contact me in the DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL.
Bentley on the carry there for the first play of the fourth quarter. Second down now for Mexico City. In the offset eye. Wilson rolls to his left, in his pocket, throws incomplete.
And it stops the clock too, Rich, which is good for San Francisco. You know, you got the 3 timeouts. You have to save as long as you can here, down by 17. You get the ball back with a stop clock, 10 minutes to go. Like I keep harping on it, but they're still in this game. You know, it's not over. And Ramos Lynn in Mexico City knows this. So that's why they're trying to run the ball with Bentley and take as much off this clock as they can. San Francisco really only has 2 or 3 more drives without scoring before they're really going to be in trouble. I mean, honestly, you know, if they don't score on this drive, it's going to get rough.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You know, they're forcing a 3 and out, but they've got to capitalize on that when they come back out here on offense.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, they might be able to get away with it with one more, you know, drive that stalls out relatively quickly. But obviously, you know, the sooner they can score, the better for the Sharks.
So San Francisco starts off 1st down and 10 from their own 37. Not terrible field position here.
No, not at all. And field position that great SFL teams can capitalize off of, you know.
Drops back, throws across the middle. It's complete. That was a dangerous throw.
Yeah, credit to Roby for slipping that in, you know, when he probably shouldn't have been able to. Nice job by him in order to find Matt Burnham right in front of the linebacker and get the yardage that they need. And that's Jack Brown, too. That's not, you know, a non-contract linebacker or a non-contract safety they're getting in front of. That's a really good linebacker that they just beat.
So 2nd down and 2. Going to drop back to throw. Plenty of time, but he's finally hit. Incomplete.
And I don't know why he was taking so long. At very least, he could have checked it down to the flat and given the guy a chance. That was a bad situation here. Luckily, they have one more down to try and make it up.
So 3rd down and 2 now for San Francisco. Yeah, he had all the time in the world on that one, and he had Zulu open in the flat. Zulu dots the I in the I formation here. Drops back to throw, throws to the left, complete. Complete out to Manning. Plenty of room there.
Yeah, they took a play out of Mexico City's playbook with those little slant routes, able to find Manning across the middle, right in front of the safety, but just behind the corner. It was a good throw, and now it sets them up. You know, they're about 10 yards away from field goal range, and you're going to need a field goal at some point, so you might as well, you know, get some points here if you can, even if it's just a field goal.
Single back, still drops back to throw, throws it across the middle. It's complete for a short gain. Looks like it was complete to the halfback, Hathron.
And I'm surprised they're not going hurry up here. You know, you got 9 minutes, but that's not an eternity. You know, it's a fair amount of time, but it's not an eternity. So if you could figure out a way that you could, you know, get up to the line quicker and make plays go quicker, that would only benefit you moving forward.
Second down and 7, drops back to throw, throws down deep across the middle, complete.
Nice.
Mickey Martino gets behind the defense.
And we've seen a couple plays from him where he's had the opportunity to make that catch right there. He's dropped it a couple times. I'm glad that Roby was willing to go back to him in that opportunity and give him another chance to make that catch, because obviously it sets up San Francisco really good here.
First down and 10 from the 12. I formation, Zulu at the back of the I. Looking to throw, throws to the right this time. It's complete to Manning. Going to gain 7.
That's a great underneath throw. Give him a chance to get, you know, upfield, get to the sticks. A nice job by Manning of hauling it in, turning upfield. And, hey, take 7 yards if you can get it.
So second down and 3 now for San Francisco. Back in the shotgun formation, 2 wide left. Drops back to throw, throws to the left, has his man complete into the end zone. Touchdown. San Francisco, and that was Martino on the reception.
Yeah, and arguably the best drive of San Francisco's day, and it couldn't have come at a better time. And it comes down to that second receiver, Mickey Martino. You look there, Gabriel Manning and Martino crossed, and that makes Mexico City choose, and they chose Manning, which obviously makes sense because of the caliber of player he is. But what it does is Martino is then open in the flat, or open enough to where once he catches that ball, he can turn and get into the end zone. It benefits San Francisco, and they're going to cut this lead to 10 here, Rich, with 7:43 left. I'm not saying the comeback is on, but this is making it better. Jonathan Sanchez points out a really good point in the chat. Settling for a field goal before the half is now coming back to bite San Francisco in the butt a little bit here, because it could be a 35-41 game, Rich, instead of this 10-point difference.
So it is 41-31, 10-point game here with 7:43 left. Daggs receives it inside the 5-yard line, brings it out, spin moves, gets him out across the 25 to the 28. First down and 10.
Well, the special teams is something that really has changed the face of this game. The offenses, are playing solid. The defenses are playing solid. But, with San Francisco having 2 special teams touchdowns and Mexico City having the 1, those are really making a big difference in this ballgame.
Offset I behind Wilson. Drops back to throw, throws to the right, completes. Montague on the reception, but he's just short of the first down, second down and inches.
And the linebacker was playing a zone, but he played it too far up. If he was another foot or 2 behind, his jump would have been right in the passing lane and could have broken that up. Instead, he whiffed, and Montague made the catch.
Offset I, Bentley back at the backside of that I. San Francisco bringing a lot of guys up here in the box to hand it off to Bentley right up the middle. Plenty of room across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. First down, Mexico City.
Yeah, and if you're San Francisco, I don't know if you can give up any more points. Right now it's a good 2-possession game with the touchdown and the field goal being the difference. You can get back into that, because a 1-possession turnover or 1-possession swing makes this thing interesting, but a 2-possession, 2-touchdown game becomes really difficult if Mexico City is able to get in Cole Varner range.
So Bentley carries that one out 4 yards, second down and 6.
And if you're Mexico City, keep feeding the man. It keeps the clock rolling. He's picking up positive yardage, and it's really hurting San Francisco to try and stop both Bentley and the passing game.
Gonna go to Bentley again off the right-hand side. He is stopped. Stopped after a 2-yard gain and bring up 3rd down and 4.
And just the situation you want if you're a Sharks fan. 4 yards is something that you can give Bentley 3, and he might be comfortable taking that and staying in bounds. And for you, that's the end of the drive. So very pivotal play here.
2 wide right for Wilson. Drops back to throw. Throws across the middle. Complete. A wide open. Is that Varner?
Barrett.
I meant Barrett.
Yep. I'll point out another half of this, Rich, is he had Ray Bentley in the flat on the other side, and that might have been a touchdown if he would have thrown that. A dangerous throw into double coverage. Wilson makes it work because he's the Hall of Famer, but Ray Bentley on the bottom end was wide open as well. So a lapse in coverage for San Francisco, and that's what forces this new set of downs.
Wilson gives it to Bentley going off the right-hand side. Breaks a tackle at the line, but he's only going to get a yard.
Well, now San Francisco's enemy is no longer Mexico City. It's the clock, and, they're under 5 minutes to go. You need 2 possessions out of this. You have 1 in your back pocket with 3 timeouts as long as you can get the stop. But you got to find a way to get that other possession, and soon, Rich. If it takes under, 3.5 minutes, it's pretty much over.
Throw is complete. That's another first down.
And what a throw, too. I mean, Maddox was closing on that other side, and that, was a dangerous ball. Could have been picked off. Maddox was a little slow, and Montague comes back to the ball and hauls it in.
Montague keeps his feet in and stays in bounds and keeps the clock rolling, too. They are in field goal range, I believe.
Yep, definitely.
Hands it to Bentley. Bounces it outside, but he's going to be stopped in the backfield.
And Mexico City just putting on a clinic here in burning clock, and they are doing a good job at it, and only to San Francisco's dismay.
3:48 left on the clock. Still a 10-point game. Mexico City 41, San Francisco 31. Wilson was 2nd and 10. Offset eye. Eating up that play clock. Goes to Bentley, going to left-hand side. Able to get around the edge a little bit there. Gain of 2.
And it's all positive for Mexico City from here forward because, you stay in bounds, you keep the clock rolling. Doesn't matter if you pick up the first down. You got a 3-point field goal coming your way, and that's going to really pressure San Francisco here because it's going to make it a 2-touchdown game instead of a touchdown and a field goal. Again, still, Rich, not impossible with, under 3 minutes to go, but it's less and less likely by the ticking second.
Well, especially how quick both of these teams have been able to score tonight, whether it's special team scores or long throws. But that one, Bentley isn't going anywhere. Stopped in the backfield by Chad Guy.
Yeah, and they will have to kick this before the 2-minute warning, which will give, San Francisco one more play. They might need a Gabriel Manning return for a touchdown. As much as I'd hate to put that pressure on him, that would really open up this ball game.
So Cole Varner from 43 yards. Kick is up, and it is good. 2:05 left. Mexico City 44. San Francisco 31. We'll take a break for a word from the SFL.
Join the world's fastest growing sim football community by jumping onto our Discord server. Use the Discord command in chat to keep up with schedules, news, notes, announcements, and polls. Jump off the sidelines and into the action here where we're loading legends at the SFL.
Manning brings that one out to the 22-yard line. Andy, I got a little worried when we kicked that commercial off and that return was starting.
Right.
With what we've seen.
It was a dangerous time to play the advertisement, but we got to get him in. All right, here we go. Rich, one play before the 2-minute warning. I wouldn't be afraid to see him take a shot here. I mean, you might as well.
He's going to go left to his check now, and it's Manning, but he makes a spin and gets a first down out across the 35 to about the 36. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Look at Manning's numbers, 17.4 yards per catch, as well as those 2 conversions. He's having a day.
And that's the second time a San Francisco receiver has been moving hard toward the boundary and been able to keep his feet in and advance. The time before that was Martino into the end zone.
Definitely. So, yeah, it's go time here, Rich. They got to score with, I would say at least a minute or so left to feel comfortable about, scoring again.
He's got plenty of time, but he's not able to get away a coverage sack.
No, you got rid of the ball. It's incomplete.
It is incomplete.
Well, and smartly, too, because the sack would have really put him in a tough spot. It would have put him back even more yards. So a really good play by the rookie, Rob Roby, to get rid of that ball as he was going down.
2nd down and 10 now for San Francisco. Empty backfield. Roby drops back to throw, throws to the right. It's incomplete. Fran Ogawa knocks that one down.
Yeah, looking for Martino again, and they're trying to get Martino going as the second threat for San Francisco. And for Mexico City, they're just not buying it. They're double covering Manning and letting Martino kind of do the one-on-one and trusting their corners to play Martino. And so far, they've been doing their job.
3rd down and 10 for San Francisco. They don't have to get the whole thing down. This is going to be 4-down territory for these guys at this point in time in the game.
Yeah, definitely, and that's important. It's almost more important to get out of bounds than it is to pick up all 10 yards on this play.
Drops back to throw, has protection, throws it across the middle. It's complete. Martino on the reception, and San Francisco uses their first timeout.
Don't use a timeout. Why do that? See, here's the issue: is even if you score on this very next play, then you can't. If Mexico City recovers the onside, you don't have the stop. If you had all 3 timeouts and you were able to stop Mexico City on the first 3 plays and take your timeout, you get the ball back. But now you only have 2 of those timeouts. So in reality, you're banking on getting the onside kick. And San Francisco is one of those teams in the SFL that has got a few of them this season, but at some point their luck's going to run out.
2 wide left, 1 wide right. Drops back to throw, throws to Zulu out of the backfield, but he is hit immediately.
Not a good throw.
Nick Daggs drops him for a 1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9. You have to go downfield at this point. He's going to throw out to the flat again. Martino's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. That's right.
Yeah, at least it does that. I mean, it's not the best play in the world, but it does keep the clock from ticking, which at this point is priority. You can get into the end zone, but if you do it with 0 seconds left, it won't matter. If you can't get in the end zone, at least preserve some clock.
Roby with an empty backfield. Ball at the Mexico City 35-yard line. Drops back under pressure. Throws it complete. But they're going to have to take another timeout. Or
they didn't have to do that.
I was going to say they chose to take another timeout.
Yeah, 1:19 left. Maybe it takes 8 seconds to get everyone back on the line. Those timeouts are more important at this point, down by 2 possessions, than the huddling up and calling the right play is. That play worked there for 4. Why can't this play, be the same one and you get 4 more? This will be interesting, Rich. It's going to take a lot here.
Drops back to throw, throws complete, but it is short. Short of the first down, Matt Burnham. That'll be a turnover on downs, and that'll probably do it.
That'll definitely do it. And I don't like the play call. If you look here, Rich, there's 3 out of the 4 routes are ran short of the sticks here. on this play. You got to have more people going down the field on a play where you need 5 yards. If you need 5 and everyone's running 3-yard plays, you're not going to pick that up 9 times out of 10. And because of that, Mexico City will walk out of here with the win. But I don't want to take any discredit from them. They played one heck of a ball game. San Francisco started driving there at the end and doing well. But hats off to the Aztecs for doing what they needed to do here at home against San Francisco.
So San Francisco does use their last timeout, I guess, just to drag this out a little bit. Mexico City will kneel it down probably 3 more times, and we should be done. So can you talk a little bit more about playoff implications here, Andy?
I can do my best. Yeah, from my understanding here, Mexico City obviously will improve to 7-4, which will keep them in the playoff conversation. I believe what that means is that the worst that they can do is 7-5. So the conversation will be, on the outside looking in right now, is New Orleans, Atlanta, and Vancouver. Vancouver and Atlanta, the best they can get to is 6-6. New Orleans can get to 7-5, which then it would come down to the head-to-head tiebreakers between Mexico City and New Orleans, which I believe we talked a little bit about, Rich, earlier, and I can't remember who had the advantage there.
I think you said it was New Orleans had the advantage.
So New Orleans on the outside looking in may have the advantage there. Obviously, Cam will give updates as he can. Chicago at 6-4 is also in a game right now with the St. Louis Gladiators. They're currently losing 14-10. There's 3.5 minutes to go left in that game as E.T. King just fired one down to the 21 there. So an interesting game going on there. Chicago, with a loss would drop to 6-5, which would have their playoff hopes in question. If they were to get the win and move to 7-4, they would be in that Queen City, Mexico City conversation about seeding. So Mexico City in a good spot. If they win out, then they're definitely in. But for now, in a really good position at 7-4.
All right, well, that does bring us to the end of the game. Mexico City 44, San Francisco 31. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. For Andy Hamilton, this is Rich Pratchard. You've been watching the SFL on YouTube, brought to you by APM Music. Good night.
Thanks.